Meet one of the newest members of the Roadshow long-term fleet. We'll be spending about a year with this Plummer Van White BMW 330i, so join us for another lap around the sun as we put this sports sedan through its paces. Taking it on long road trips, using it to haul loads of stuff, and of course wringing every drop of performance out of it that we possibly can. At the end of our journey, there's no guarantee we'll have fallen in love with this Bimmer, but as you know, the 3 Series has such impeccable pedigree, well, I think we'll all be pretty sad to see it go. The 7th generation of BMW's venerable Dreierreihe is as likable as ever, providing loads of technology. Our tester is an upper mid-range model, checking out for $57,420. That price includes about 14 grand in options, and of course destination charges, which clocked in at $995. Fundamentally, that outlay of greenbacks gets you a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that's good for a smooth 255 horsepower. It's matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which in this case helps route torque to all 4 corners. Yes, our 330i is fitted with all-wheel drive, perfect for kicking old man Winter square in his jennies. Since practically every car gets larger with every successive generation, the 3 Series is, at this point, pretty sizable, but big can be beautiful because at about 186 inches in length, it provides plenty of backseat room and a whopping 17 cubic feet of trunk space. Indeed, this sedan excels at hauling, whether it's luggage, a load of video equipment, or the spoils from a trip to Costco. You'd be surprised how easy it is to use up 240 pounds of brown sugar. Don't judge me. In addition to all that, this car is also fitted with more circuits than a Foxconn factory. Aside from your typical driver aids like blind spot monitoring, automatic high beams, and parking sensors, we've also got in-vehicle Wi-Fi, a head-up display, variable sport steering, and even BMW's Live Cockpit Pro with navigation. That last item is pretty cool. It gets you a 12.3-inch reconfigurable digital instrument cluster, as well as a 10.25-inch multimedia display on the dashboard. The learning curve here is quite steep, either that or maybe I'm just dumb, but either way, you can interact with this in multiple ways. There's a touch screen as well as a touch pad. You can use the traditional iDrive control knob, and there's even voice activation. On the softer side, this car is fitted with sumptuous leather. It's got a fancy Harman Kardon sound system, and there's wireless Apple CarPlay. Unfortunately, the interior, it's not all that nice, and I think the Mercedes-Benz C-Class has a definite advantage in this area. Yes, most of the plastics, they're okay, though this aluminum tetragon trim is pretty awful. Fortunately, though, you can substitute it with wood furnishings, and I think that's something you're definitely going to want to go with. Also, these seats, while they are nicely bolstered, they're a bit too firm and unforgiving on longer drives. It's hard to believe, but we've already piled more than 5,600 miles on this Bavarian Autobahn Stormer. Now, Daniel Golson, he's our social media guy. He's driven it extensively. The car has endured trips to both Chicago and Wisconsin. Plus, our video producer, Nick Miotke, he's put it to work on numerous shoots. Its smooth powertrain is always engaging and delivers plenty of giddy-up. This car will go from 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds, meaning freeway on-ramps or passing slower-moving traffic around town is no problem at all. Though curiously, at one time, the engine sound synthesizer did freak out. It started making all of these crazy noises, and I really have no idea what happened, though fortunately the problem did sort itself out. This car's ride quality is controlled a bit on the firm side, but consequently, body roll is essentially non-existent when you're going through corners. And even though it's got all-wheel drive, we've also fitted this Bimmer with a good set of winter tires, which is always smart here in the Midwest, since our roads can get slicker than ranch dressing spilled on a linoleum floor, if you know what I mean. And you always want as much grip as possible in the winter, which we have with this car. Not only is the 330i a strong performer, it's also unexpectedly economical. And since we've had it, this car has averaged a little bit more than 24 miles per gallon, which is shockingly good considering that it's been driven like a car from a Fast and Furious movie. Now, with only 5,000 miles and change on the odometer, this engine probably isn't even fully broken in yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if that fuel economy figure increased going forward. Now, for reference, this thing is rated at 25 miles per gallon city, 34 highway, and 28 mpg combined, at least according to Uncle Sam and his minions at the EPA. Sadly, this BMW 330i has finished its stint here in Metro Detroit. Now we're handing it off to Tim Stevens, the Roadshow Editor-in-Chief, where he'll continue testing it in upstate New York. So check back early and often to see how well this Bimmer is holding up over the long haul.